It's that time of the month again, guys. I just got a bunch of singles that I purchased from Japan in, and I know this is very shortly after I released my last one where I got a bunch of singles in, but December kind of mashed up into January and they all just kind of showed up at the same time. So we're going to go through, I'm going to show you guys obviously the rejects, the ones that can't be graded. In this particular one, I bought some modern cards. So I'm going to show you guys the modern cards that I bought, and then the ones that will be graded are on the left. Obviously, we did a little bit better than we did last time. We're at about 65 to 70% graded, which is great. And, that obviously makes like 30% of the cards not gradable. That is this little stack here. So we'll run through these, we'll run through those, we'll run through those, and I'll show you guys everything that I'm buying and grading right now. I won't be grading anything until PSA goes back down to 15 bucks. So I will be waiting on all of the stacks that I have until that happens. But once that happens, I'll have a flood of cards going in. Let's take a look at the rejects. We have, most of these will have dense or significant whitening around the edges. Typically, it's either a bend or a dent that makes it go to the reject pile. Otherwise, they usually show up in pretty decent condition. We've got some black and white hollows still striking out on these. We do have some that I'm going to grade, but man, black and white hollows, for some reason, they are difficult to get in minty condition, at least in my experience so far. So we're going to keep trying, but we have struck out quite a bit on those. Now we're moving into some diamond and pearl stuff. We have this Lucario. I was hoping that this one would be pretty solid because that's one of the Lucarios I haven't graded yet, but it just couldn't cut it. We got a Metagross. We've got a Leafeon. This one was really unfortunate. It's really mint, other than one of the corners is just a little bent in. Unfortunately, it just didn't make it. Got Infernape. We've got Sceptile. Manectric. We've got a couple Torterras. We have a Dialga, two of these, unfortunately. Neither one of them were good enough. I think they had bends or dents or something. We do have one in the grade pile, though, so I'm excited about that, but it sucks that those two just kind of struck out. Sceptile, we got Swampert. We have a reverse Ampharos from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I was really excited about this one. It looked really minty, but once I got it in, it unfortunately just didn't make the cut. And we have a Vaporeon non-hollow from Undaunted, I think, or one of the Heart Gold Soul Silver sets. We also have the Flareon, so these two just didn't make the cut. We'll get the rejects the hell out of here, and we'll take a look at the modern cards that I decided to buy. I got these in lots. I would say they were probably like just a couple dollars a piece. So I got a couple of the Mews, and then we went ham on the Evolution character rares from VMAX Climax. So we've got Flareon, we've got a lot of Vaporeon, and, of course, we had to get the Leon and Charizard, so we got, I think, 8 of those. Unfortunately, a lot of them, VMAX Climax has this problem with at least the character rares. I don't know if it's more, but the character rares have some rough top cuts, unfortunately, in VMAX Climax, and I feel like we've seen that a little bit in V-Star Universe, but maybe not to the degree. But yeah, VMAX Climax struggled a little bit from QC issues, but we've got the Eevee and the Bill. And then we have Jolteon. And again, I got these all in a lot, basically, for, I think it was like $1 to $3 a piece. So I feel like I did pretty good on them. We got Snorlax from Dark Phantasma. Then we have the Gengar from Dark Phantasma. She is blowing onto the fire through a piece of wood. It's not what you think it is. And last but not least, I think last but not least, we have the Sleeping Pikachu. I love this card. Akari's Pikachu, I think is what it's called. It's just so cute. So I had to get a few of these at the price that I saw them at. I love the little heart in between them. It's just so good. It's such a good design. Lots of art rares, character rares. I decided to, I don't know, they just seemed like a decent price, like $1 or $2 a piece, and it's Evolutions and Snorlax and Gengar and Charizard and stuff. So it just seemed like a decent play. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. Given that those cards will probably continue going down in price, I just felt like I got a decent entry point. So we'll see how that plays out. Now we've got the gradables. I'm always happy to get this big of a stack of gradables. We did get a Mewtwo V-Star. I'm just a huge fan of that with the Charizard in the back. I think I got this, like 8 Mewtwo V-Stars, just the regular V-Stars. A bunch of Mew from like celebrations and stuff, and it was like 30 bucks or something for all of it, and the 2 Mew art rares. I don't know, it just was a great lot. So Armored Mewtwo as well. It's sealed. I don't know. It was just a great lot, so I decided to buy it. We've got another Giratina. I've sold 2 of these so far, near 200 bucks in a 10. I don't necessarily think that this one will get a 10. It's a little bit, off center and has a little bit of whitening, but I haven't purchased any of these yet, these Arceus cards, but the holofoil on top of the Arceus is so cool. Look at that. It goes all the way across the card, and then you have the holo section down here. It's just a super cool card, and it's super minty. We did get some black and white holos that ended up being decent. Got a couple Venusaur cards that were minty. Got a Suicune. We got a Flareon non-holo from Diamond and Pearl. I don't know. I saw Pokemon Steven was grading some like non-holos from Diamond and Pearl. It seems to be doing pretty well with them. So I thought it's an evolution. It looked pretty minty, so I would add it to my grading pile and see how it goes. Just kind of testing it out. We also have a non-holo from Heart Gold. One of the Heart Gold Soul Silver might be Undaunted, honestly. I'm not 100% sure, but we do have the cool little Jolteon there. Unfortunately, as you saw, the Vaporeon and the Flareon didn't work out. We have this Plasma Glaceon. Unfortunately, it has a little bit of whitening in the top left corner, but that's really the only thing wrong with it. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, it'll still get like a 9. We're going into the evolutions pile now. These cards are not holo in English, so it's really cool to get these in the holo versions. This and the Umbreon both aren't holo. Hopefully those will get 9s or better. We got this really nice Glaceon. There is a deck Glaceon that's in Diamond and Pearl as well, but this is the one out of the actual set. So I have graded a couple of the deck Glaceons, but I haven't found one good enough to grade yet out of the set. So this was really cool to get this in, it be minty, and it have a really fat swirl on the left-hand side. So that's going to be a really nice one to grade. These, I went a little bit more modern. These are XY promo cards, but they're evolutions, and I just think they're super cool because they're Saito cards. So we have the Jolteon, the Vaporeon, and the Leafeon. So those are pretty sick. Now we're getting back into like the EX era cards. So we have Blaziken and Armaldo and Aggron. These are all pretty decent. Back to black and white. We're jumping around a little bit. Sorry about that. We have Gardevoir. And then we have this really nice Blastoise from one of the Platinum sets. This one was really clean. So hopefully, I have an 8.5, I think, at CGC or a CGC 8.5. I would love to get a PSA 9 or 10 of that card. I just think it's really nice. Then we have this Blastoise. I haven't graded this yet. I've graded one of the Venusaur and one of the Charizard, but I haven't graded the Blastoise yet. So we have this one. I have another one that's at buyee right now that still needs to get shipped. Oh, and then we have this Charizard. It's one of my favorite artworks of Charizard. Absolutely awesome. It's Tokia. This is from EX Battle Boost. I believe you can get a reverse holo version of this, but not a holo version of this, I think. This is the non-holo version, but it was less than 20 bucks, and it's pretty minty. And, graded copies go for, I don't know, like between $100 and $200. So I thought it was pretty good bet. And then we have the black and white birds. Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, and then we have this awesome Infernape. Now, what's so awesome about this card? Well, it has a very sweet holofoil across the front. It's kind of hard to tell while it's in the card saver. I'm actually going to take it out and show you. I mean, first of all, it's super minty, but then look at that. It's all across the front. Oh, it's so nice, and it has the fat swirl there on the left. So not only does it have that holofoil across the front, it's got a fat swirl, and I love this artwork of Infernape. Another Saito artwork, of course. Saito is one of the best in the game for sure. All right, then we have this Arita Empoleon. This has the exact same kind of full holo feature across the front, and also this Himeno Torterra has the exact same. These all came from, I think, maybe one sealed like three deck thing. I think either that or they all came in separate decks, but they are deck promos, I believe. I'm almost 100% sure. We're back into the black and white. We've got this really awesome Blaziken artwork. I think this is one of the cooler Blaziken artworks. It's a Tokia, of course. It kind of does remind me of the Charizard we just looked at, but very, very nice. And we got this really awesome Houndoom. Very cool. We did buy an EX, so I actually bought 2 EXs, but one of them was canceled. But this one came in. this Agron EX, and it's super mint. So I'm hoping for a pretty high grade out of that bad boy. We've got Sceptile, black and white Sceptile. I actually just sold one of these, I think, for $125 in a 10. This one looked pretty minty, so I added it to the pile. We have Melodic. I like Melodic. You saw in the reject pile there were 2 other ones. I bought a lot of 3, and one of them happened to be good enough to grade, so I added it to the pile. We've got an Empoleon, Torterra, Lucario, black and white holo. I actually bought a lot of, like, 3 of these the last time I purchased a bunch of cards from black and white, and they were all rejects, so it was nice that this one was good enough to grade. I really like these Lost Link, I think is what they're called. These hollows from Lost Link. I think we have a Snorlax in the grade pile too, but I bought the Lucario as well. Very cool looking card. This Dragonite is so nice. It is Arita. This one is super duper clean, and it's a little off centering wise, but not terrible. So I did sell a 9, I think, for around like 90 bucks, maybe somewhere around there. Maybe it was over 100 bucks. But I'm hoping this one gets either a 9 or higher. That would be nice. This is the Snorlax from Lost Link. This is super cool as well. And then we got a couple really nice Garchomp cards. This Garchomp C, you got Cynthia in the corner there, but it's got a fat swirl here, and just the artwork in general. The Koeu, I think, is the illustrator. Very cool looking. And then in this deck that you bought, I think you get that holo and you get this level X. So we have Cynthia again in the corner, and this one is a Garchomp level X. And this one was a little less great than this one. This the holo here is super minty. This one has a little bit of whitening, I think, on the back, so I'm hoping for a 9. You never know with PSA though, they might just give me the 10. And then we have this amazing Feraligatr, probably the best Feraligatr card there is, in my opinion, and was super minty. And this is the Armored Mewtwo I was talking about. I put it at the bottom of the pile because it's got a little warpage, a little bending. That seems to be normal for this Armored Mewtwo card because it comes with a little arcade chip behind it, so it tends to warp around the chip. And hopefully I can get it to kind of straighten out before sending it in for grading. That's my goal there. Thank you guys very much for coming by once again and checking out all the cards I've been buying. Hopefully you have gotten some great deals recently as well.